Hello my art-loving friends! Today is a very exciting day because my package from Jackson's Art Supply showed up. And if you saw my community post, I was asking you all kinds of questions and your opinions about certain colors, things that you might buy if you had gift card money, and this box answers all the questions. Are you ready to see what I picked with my gift card money? You know it was some Gallo paints, but what is the rest of it? Let's find out. Ta-da! Oh, you can see some of it right there. I decided because I had no Holbein watercolors with the exception of this cute little set that was sent to me by a very generous friend. You can see they're tiny little pans. However, they still work with big brushes. So that was the only Holbein watercolors I've experienced with. And I got the 12 set. I did want to curate my own colors, but by the time that added up, it was more than the gift card money that I had. So I ended up going with the 12 set, which was kind of sad, but it was okay. It's okay. I get a good selection, and I guess that's what matters. At a quick glance, these are the colors that came in this particular set, and we will be going into this in a lot more detail in a video in the future. Next in this delicious box of goodies is this. Da-da-da-da. You can see I peeked in here earlier because I couldn't help myself. I have never tried Isero watercolors before, along with a few other brands, but these are the ones that kind of intrigued me at the moment. And again, I tried to curate my own set of just like 5 special colors, but the cost became too high and I could then choose one or the other, but I wanted both, so we have the curated sets with some color choices that I probably wouldn't choose, but that's okay, we get a good selection here. So here are the colors you can see in this set. I really like that this came with a Payne's Gray, and the other colors are probably perfect, so I'm excited to get into these and play with them. And the thing we're going to play with today will be what's in this. I asked you guys a bunch of questions about Gallo colors, if you would choose this color over this one and so on. And you guys are probably going to be disappointed in the color choices that I chose, but yeah, it's my palette. It's what I wanted, at least at the time. All right, here we go. Ooh, this was a lot of money right here. They're actually beautiful. Beautiful colors. Okay, so I chose the Gallo Buff Titanium. There's its good information. The Gallo Sap Green. That looks like a beautiful color. Very anxious to add that to my palette. For the purple, this is the one I may regret. We'll see. I think I should have probably chosen one of the more rosy colored purples, but that's all right. I chose the Dioxazine Violet. While I would have loved to try the Tyrian Purple and the others that I had in that community post, I figured this was probably a die-hard one that I couldn't go wrong with, but part of me still wants the rosy ones. And then this is where I think I'm gonna get flack for, is I chose a black. I really like having blacks in my watercolors, and this one, are you ready? PBK 11. I love adding granulating blacks to my other colors. It makes this beautiful effect, and I will show you one. In this sketchbook here, I have this portrait. This is done with the Himi Mia watercolors. However, their black is apparently a PBK 11 because I mixed the black with a purple and a little bit of red, and this is the effect that I got. I don't know if you guys can see how absolutely beautiful that is. And so that is what I've done repeatedly with that Himi Mia black, is make these beautiful mixes in the background and even in the foregrounds by adding it to all my other colors. And that's why the black in that set is pretty much all gone, because it's amazing. So I wanted the Gallo version of it. And here is my Gallo palette so far. I did learn after the fact that once you take the papers off of these, thanks to a commenter, that then you can actually fit another pan over here, but I didn't really have the funds to order 2 more in addition to this, as much as I would have loved to. I guess I could have added money to that and cheated a little bit, but I really wanted these other 2 watercolor sets, and I stuck to my guns and only got the 4 that I could afford. So they'll fit in here, or I could go ahead and squish them over and put just 2 more in there. No big deal. I think I'll keep them a little spread apart so that when I'm mixing with the brush, they won't necessarily overlap with each other. Of course, then I'm going to have one squished in the middle, so it probably doesn't matter a whole lot. But let's go ahead and swatch the new colors because these ones are already swatched, and then figure out the order I want this palette to be in. I think we should just appreciate for a moment how beautiful the hand-painted swatch cards are that come with each half pan, plus every individually wrapped half pan is hand-painted. So that is nice. You wouldn't even have to do what I'm doing, except I need my swatches to all match. I thought about using the paintbrush that came with my A Gallo set for these swatches, but it is only a size 6. So maybe we'll use it in the painting later in this video, but for now, I'm going to use this Princeton Aqua Elite size 8 that was gifted to me from a good friend here. All right, we are going to start with this buff titanium. And what is awesome about these when they come separate like this is they have the information really easy to access right there. So this is pigment PW6:1, non-staining, yes for granulating, and semi-opaque. So just in case you're new, I'll give you a rundown on how I'm doing this little swatching project. I water from the black line down basically. Yep, there's already cat hair in it because 4 cats in the house now that I've inherited my grandma's 2 kitties just means a lot of fur. So I actually have a battery powered vacuum that's kind of handheld out in my camp trailer. I need to go get it because I need to vacuum in here every single day. All right, let's see how this buff titanium re-wets. Oh, wow. Well, that was completely effortless. That's amazing. And it's very nice color. If you can call buff titanium a color, I am today. Get some more. And then along the right side of these swatches, I just drop a bit of salt. This is regular table salt here, but it's mixed with a little bit of kosher salt because that's what I had in here at the time. And the strip of paper is just a big leftover bottom strip from the big 16 by 20 sheet that I use for my major swatching project. So we have 2 1/8 inches left at the bottom of that big sheet when I do this project. And so I cut it off and use it for a few remaining swatches. Here is the sap green, PY83, PG36, PV19, PR101. That's a lot of colors. Medium staining, non-granulating, and semi-opaque. I'm really excited for this one. The color itself on the swatch sheet looks very pretty. Looks like a sap green that I could really get behind using. Our usual water below the line or at the line and below. Nice cotton paper, so it takes a lot of water. Try and get it as even as possible. And let's see, the re-wetting. Probably too much water because these seem to re-wet. Yeah, they re-wet so easily. It's beautiful. This paper's been handled quite a bit already, and it's been out on my desk for at least a week and a half. So the cats have kind of walked over it. I have touched it and moved it a few times. So it probably has a little bit of oil resist on the surface, but it looks like it's working okay. That was probably a lot of salt, but that is a-okay. Next is the dioxazine violet, staining, non-granulating, and transparent. It is PV37. Here we go. It's weird. It looks like it has a little yellow in it or something, like some kind of mica at the top. Ooh, that's deep and dark and beautiful, and my tape's coming off. That's because I reused my tape so many times. My brush did not have enough water in it. Do over. Here we go. Getting it all over the desk. Luckily, watercolors wipe right off. Sometimes they stain a little bit. Not too bad. All right. Oh, that's pretty. Okay, maybe this was a good choice after all. I do like the rose violets, but this one is very pretty. And I like that it gets so dark because you can use it as a replacement for black in some cases. Although I bought a black, as you guys know. I like that one. I like them all. Who doesn't like A Gallo paints? The beautiful Roman Black Earth Series 1 PBK 11 medium staining, yes for granulating and transparent. There's a lot of miscellaneous fuzz on this because art just, oh, I had purple on my fingers. I'll have to see if that comes up. If not, I will have to use the square below it. I think it's coming up. Ooh, my brush is purple. Everything's purple. What a mess. Okay, I think we're good. So this should be a highly granulating black. I'm very excited to see what it looks like here. Their swatch on their paper looks quite nice. Get some more pigment. I have quite a bit of water in my brush, so it's pretty diluted at this point. But I'll go over it again. I'm going to just dab some more mass tone on there. Here they all are. I'll let them dry and I'll be right back with you. They are all dry and I thought it would be interesting to compare them to the swatch cards that came with the set. And my swatch cards are quite a bit different. I hope you can see that. Mine is more gray than this one. And this one is a lot more yellow and mine is more olive. So I guess it really is important to do your own swatches, even if they come with these. I thought these were hand painted swatch cards, but perhaps they are printed because the difference is pretty significant. And like the PBK 11 looks more blue here and it's definitely just black. So I am glad I did my own swatches. Now I will figure out my palette order and we'll get that swatched out and then we'll do a painting. Okay, to test out these wonderful paints and look at that beautiful swatch sheet, I am going to do this. Now you guys have seen on my channel already that I painted this in oils and it turned out so cute, at least I think so. This is Dean Russo's painting basically, and I thought it would be really fun since I've tried it in oils to try it in watercolor. Plus, it uses all these various colors, so I think that would be a good representation of this palette. I'm going to use the Bao Hong 100% cotton sketchbook. This is the sketchbook that I have done these few other paintings in, and we're going to use the back side, or at least what's considered the back side here. And we're just starting right in by wetting the entire background, and this is the black, the PBK 11 that's super granulating, and I made the mistake because I wanted to get this to be a pretty dark background, but I wet it first. You shouldn't do that if you want your colors dark, duh. And I knew that. I think I wanted to see the granulation and I wanted to see the spread, and that's why I did that. So, my own fault, but yet it was intentional, but yet I think I should have just done it wet on dry, but that's okay. But you can see I've left some of this in real time so you can see exactly how long a painting like this takes. It's quite a time investment actually. So then I've sped it up again by 2000% and 2500%. So hugely sped up, even though I'm not moving the paper much for you guys. So at least hopefully it's not making you dizzy or anything. It just took a pretty long time to do this and I didn't want you to have to sit here forever. Besides, you want me to talk about the paints, not necessarily the painting, right? So I was having a conversation with Kathy in the comments of the previous video about these paints and how I was having some trouble with them. And so then I went back and finished the painting and I thought, oh, okay, it's not the paint, it's the paper. So I was having a lot of trouble layering my paints without completely pulling up the layer underneath. And I thought, oh, okay, it's just the back side of this paper. Maybe the sides of these papers are different because I didn't notice that on the previous 3 pages, even though I had used the back side of a page. But I am a Patreon supporter of Denise Soden, and she has thoroughly reviewed these paints, and she had some trouble with her painting that she actually released out on YouTube and went in to explore it more behind the scenes on Patreon for us, and has come up with the conclusion that they lift too easily. And she did a bunch of layering tests and was just having trouble with them all mixing together, lifting up, not being able to darken a section. And that's what I really found was hard, it was hard for me to darken a section because I would take a new load of paint and go over something and it wouldn't do what I expected it to. So I need to try this paint on a lot of different papers because I do think it is probably a combination of the paint and the paper. And I was being pretty cautious with the paint also, since it's my first time using it. I know they're very highly pigmented, and so I was not getting a huge load in my brush on purpose because I didn't want to put down too much paint. So I was being just a little too gentle, I think. So don't take this video as anything saying a Gallo is difficult to work with or hard to layer or anything, because I don't actually know that yet. Yes, Denise Soden has said that she cannot layer with these paints very well. She still loves them and their beautiful granulation and their beautiful pigment load on single washes anyway, but she's having trouble layering them, and I noticed something similar. But like I said, I want to try some of my other papers. This is, as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, the Bao Hong cotton sketchbook. I want to try it on the Arches paper. I want to try it in the Etcher sketchbook. So I will be trying to paint out a lot more. What I do know is when I do the swatches in those single layers, this is beautiful paint and re-wets very easily. And it's really fun to have it in my collection. However, I need to paint with this a lot more. I have things I want to find out for sure now. So I have a lot on my plate. You guys know how many items I still have left to review that have really not been opened, but this will be on the list with the other things to just keep experimenting, keep playing with this. But I would say if you are a big layering painter, maybe this isn't the paint for you, at least so far between what I experienced and what Denise Soden has experienced. And I don't know, it's just going to take time. We'll have to see how it goes. And back to the painting itself, I had some doubts throughout the process that this painting was going to turn out. However, you just have to persist. That's what I always tell my students. I go, yeah, you may not be happy with it right now, but you need to finish this painting. You may surprise yourself. And when I completely finish this painting, I do really love it. So that's always a bonus. If you love your painting at the end, that's good. But work through the painting stage where it's just kind of questionable and get to the end because it's worth it. And if it still doesn't turn out, you've learned valuable lessons, right? I think so. Also, I forgot to use the brush that came in the kit. I was so disappointed in myself when I remembered that later. I was like, oops, well, I guess we'll save that for later too. All right, guys, I'm out of time, so this is going to have to be good enough. And you can see my tape didn't stick because I had wrapped it around the sketchbook, so it doesn't like doing that, apparently. Yeah, I'm going to call it good. I may come back after my trip and alter this ear a little bit. I'm not fully happy with the ear, but we'll see if I do anything with that more or not. That helped already, but yeah, I think it's okay. Oh shoot, I already put my fine liner in my to-go thing. So I'm just gonna date it, I suppose. I'm gonna sign it. I don't know how I want to sign it. Maybe like this. It's a really tiny fine liner. Yep, that's not gonna work. We'll use this big Sharpie and it'll be way too big. That's all right. That's fine. That looks good. All right, since I have told you everything you need to know already in the voiceover, we will just leave it at this. It's fun. Very fun. Well, I hope that was as fun for you as it was for me. It is so much fun to look at new supplies and to play with existing supplies. I cannot wait to get into the rest of this box. Make sure you subscribe down below if you don't want to miss a thing with the bell for all notifications turned on. Also, check out the other videos on my channel. See if this might be someplace you'd like to hang out some more in the future. All right, guys, I will see you in the next video. Bye for now. Hello, my art-loving friends. It's a very exciting day today. Oh man, the camera's wiggling. Good enough. So at a quick glance, here are the colors that came in. Do-over. Do-do-do. It'd be funny if they're in here in a different order now. Okay. Oh wait, I put them in the opposite way. Yeah, we're doing good. Doing good. Okay. I have no idea. I assume it's red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet kind of thing. Okay. I cannot wait to get into the rest of this box, and I will see you.